hate having to ask people to do things, obviously I have to, but I still find
Michael Bailey was a professional cellist, but one day, during a performance in 2003, he noticed something strange about the way he was holding his bow. It was the onset of motor neuron disease.
Because a few months ago I could pick up a piece of toast with that thumb and finger there. I just sincerely hope that whatever is in my brain starts working again.
It's very curious that since our experience of him talking about music and then having Joe play the Bach with him, that I actually have a memory of him playing the music.
Because it was largely you, wasn't it, that had this idea about, oh, I've got someone who could play the cello. You know, just remembering that process of having that idea and then feeling, well, a bit guilty for having such an idea, because it's like, oh, is that just going to put him through it?
We did it with interest and we did it with humanity, and we did it with some clinical interest too, and we did it because it allows us to understand our own movement and our own sense of embodiment.
At first I couldn't listen to any music, and then cello, I couldn't listen to cello for a year and a half. I thought I was going to go inside myself and lay absolutely dead still and try not to show any emotion in case it all came out. You know, I might start crying or something. I was okay. In fact, in a way, it's better. Well, the music's probably more intense now than it ever was. And funny enough, since I've had this, music is almost becoming 3-4 dimensional. The notes are sort of splayed out in the air when I'm listening to them, as if you were plucking the notes and putting them together in a block. You can actually visualise them more than I could when I did play. I can see block harmony and counterpoint, you know, the lines. Even a piece you've never heard in your life before, you can still visualise what's happening.
So it sounds
as if
like
you're reading the score. I feel now if I went back to being normal or cured, I'd be a better musician because I've had some insight into
the real.
I've looked more deeply into it, which I never had time to before. It was just lovely being inside the body of a cellist again. My mind was back as a cellist again. I think it's sort of feeling that musicians get. You can feel the music as you're doing it, right inside you. Your arm movements, and you get a sensation throughout your body, I think. It may be a bit like a long distance runner. Or a runner, you know, you're doing the movement, and it's a natural movement to you because you've trained. So it could be something natural.
In Michael's case, his symptom, his sign, is that he can't move. But does that tell us what it's like not to move?
Michael can't move in that way that just gives him a sense of where and who he is in the
Yes.
world.
You know, we are never still. The brain wants to move.
The trees whiz past, the things bounce around when you run up a hill. Running, playing outside. This morning I realised that that's a huge aspect of my enjoyment of movement. And can you...
I can feel your arm with all my fingers.
Right,
So the senses are still absolutely 100%.
exactly. And I expect this, what I'm doing now, which is moving, is also something you don't have to... Because mostly when
Yeah.
we feel something, we move
Yes.
in
yes.
order to feel it, don't we? We
Yes,
move in order
no,
to get...
This is unique, really.
Yeah.
I haven't felt some of this movement for a year or so. It's something that doesn't happen anymore. And that arm's been dead for a year and a half, 2 years now.
Well, that was like last time. It's interesting when you said it went dead. You'd had that very grim metaphor of how you feel about the tomb.
I'm entombed,
yeah.
I could be a mummy in a tomb. You're absolutely straight, and your arms are straight, your legs are straight, and yet your mind's just laying there looking, thinking, and I can move my head just a little bit. It's as if I've been put there, and I feel that way, especially at night. Well, the whole thing is I'm detached from my body. My mind does feel as though it's a separate thing now.
Really?
My body doesn't seem to, as I said once before, it's dead now.
You can't make your will do what you would like to
No.
do, and that's why it seems dead to you, because it doesn't
Yeah.
feel dead to me.
No,
You know, and all
yeah,
that movement
yes.
and energy.
But it is as if it's a separate entity now. The mind is one thing, and I can still do everything that I've done before with my mind, but I can't with my body, so it's just two separate things. You see someone else move, and you think, wow, I could do that once. And now you look at it and you try to make the effort to do the same. And as I say, it's an effort coming from the
Yes.
mind, and you can literally feel it going down through the body. The whole body feels as if I could get up and walk away right this instant. And you feel like you could, like my head went forward there to
Yes.
pull myself
Yes.
up. But it won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just in that second when you almost, it
Yes.
was as though you were back.
I was back in my old
Yeah.
self,
Yeah.
about to stand
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
The moment before.